Hey YouTube, this is Short Simple Solutions, and today I'm going to be showing you how I fixed my Maytag washing machine that wouldn't drain. So come on, and let's get to it.
So as you can see, the washing machine was not responding. The door is locked, none of the buttons are working, and there's still water inside the washing machine. We tried unplugging it for a while, then plugging it back in, and it still wouldn't respond. So it's time to take apart the washer to find out what's going on.
The first step, we'll take the power and we'll unplug the power cord. And then just in case, we'll just turn off the water supply just to make sure nothing happens.
I will use a 1/4-inch nut driver on my impact drill to remove the 3 screws on the back side holding on the top cover. With the 3 screws removed, I firmly grabbed the top cover, pulled it toward me, and lifted up to remove it. To unlock the washing machine door, there is a manual unlock feature in the switch. Be careful, if the entire tub is filled with water, you will have a big mess to clean up. Just reach your hand on the top side of the washing machine and push down on the top of the door lock switch. It will manually release the door and you can get your stuff out. We will continue our troubleshooting by checking out the drain pump. To access the pump, we need to remove the front of the washing machine. Remove the 4 screws holding on the top side of the controls. Next, pull out the detergent drawer. Push on the tab on the back to remove it. Using a Torx T20 bit, remove the 2 screws behind the detergent drawer. Now we can remove the washing machine controls. Be careful of the right side, as there is a small wire connected to the back side of the control board. To disconnect the wire, firmly grasp the connector and pull away from the cord. Here's a close-up of what that connector looks like. I will work on removing the entire front of the washing machine by removing the top 3 screws. Next, I will remove the 4 screws at the bottom of the cover. I had some help to lift the washing machine up on 4 paint cans to lift the washing machine off the ground so I could easily access these screws. I can now remove the front door, but I need to remove the rubber gasket and some other connectors.
To get the door off, we need to take this hose right here, take this hose off. And then also, if you can see it back there, there's a little screw that holds the rubber to the rest of the washer. We need to take that off. And there's also a connector down here to the door lock switch. We need to take that off as well.
On the bottom side of the drum, there are 2 water pumps. The smaller one on the left side is for recirculating, and the bigger one on the right is for draining. By removing this access port, we can drain the water and check for blockages. This, however, is a terrible way to drain the water, as you have no control as the water gushes out. I had another bright idea to remove the hose on the back of the pump assembly, but that was also a bad idea as well. After I removed the pump assembly, I found the proper way to drain the drum is by using this small hose connected to the back of the pump assembly. Just find the end and remove the plug. This is much easier than draining all the water on your nice hardwood floor. Now to remove the pump assembly. Disconnect the wires to both pumps. Then, using pliers, remove the 3 hoses connected to the pump assembly. Finally, pull up on the 4 white plastic push pins that are holding the pump assembly to the washing machine. Then you should be able to remove the assembly. To remove the motor, there are 3 Phillips screws holding the motor to the assembly. Remove these screws and you'll be able to remove the motor. Remember the orientation of the motor for when you install the new motor to the assembly. I do not recommend this next part, as it is very possible to get shocked. I hooked up the motor to a 120 volt outlet and powered it. This is what the new motor sounds like. This is what the old motor sounded like. To install the new motor, we will put the motor in the same orientation as the old motor and install the 3 Phillips screws. Do not over tighten these screws, as they are very easy to strip out. To reinstall the assembly, make sure the white push pins are in the up position, then insert the assembly into the washing machine and push down on the pins to lock the assembly into place. Reconnect the 3 hoses to the assembly. Then reconnect the 2 wire connectors to the pumps. Make sure to reinstall the access port on the front of the pump assembly. Now lift the front of the door close to the washing machine to reconnect the gasket. This was probably the most time-consuming part of the project. It was very difficult to get the gasket seated correctly, but with patience and perseverance, you too can get the gasket reinstalled. Here is what it looked like on the inside of the drum as I was installing the gasket. Another thing that helped me was reaching my hand inside the drum to push up on the gasket and get it over the lip. Once the gasket is fully seated, tighten the band clamp around the gasket. I did not film putting the rest of the washing machine back together, but it's much simpler from here. This did fix my issue and my wife was happy again. I hope this video was a help to you, and thanks for watching Short Simple Solutions.